Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. We have a problem. There's a problem in New York, and there's a problem in LA. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. We have a problem. It's a big one.
The next 5 games for Chelsea Football Club are going to be very tough. People tend to always say these kind of games are very easy, but I'm telling you right now, nobody gave a chance to Sunderland to come at the bridge and get our 3 points. So we're going to play on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup against Wolves away, and then we play against Tottenham Hotspurs away at the Hotspurs Stadium, Carabao away in the Champions League, Wolves home, Burnley away. The toughest games that you can ask for, because these teams have nothing to lose. Wolves haven't won any game in the Premier League. I think they drew only 1 game. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they haven't won. This is not the Premier League game on Wednesday, but we're gonna meet them also in the Premier League very soon, and it's gonna be a Stamford Bridge. So the teams that have nothing to lose, like Wolves, they will give everything, and especially Chelsea, it's very easy because we are so predictable. All Wolves need to do is just to see what Sunderland did, and also what like Brentford did against us and Crystal Palace. Same old, same old, same old. Tottenham Hotspurs, we know it's not Ange Postecoglou anymore, where they're gonna leave open door, high line. No, they are defensively solid, and offensively they can even hurt us with Xavi Simons or Simons, who didn't sign for Chelsea, who is angry. He can cause problems. Carabao, we all know that they are very regular in European competitions. Every season they are in the Champions League, in the Europa League, or in the Conference League somewhere. A very solid team. And Burnley, another promoted team that have nothing to lose. So we have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very tough for us. How many games do you think Chelsea can win out of the 5 that I show you here? Wolves, Tottenham, Carabao, Wolves again, and Burnley. How many games do you think Chelsea can win out of these 5? Good luck to us. If we don't improve, if we don't change tactics, and we don't know how to break low blocks, my friends, it's going to be a nightmare.
It's a Chelsea thing.
Cole Palmer return is going to be very personal. You know, you don't know what you got until you lose it. And Cole Palmer, you can see now that Maresca's system been working because of people like Cole Palmer, magic. Like Maresca's system is based mostly on people creating moment of brilliance, magic moment, not as a team, not as a collective. It's so complicated to understand. It's same old, and I don't know, Cole Palmer, because he's that high, he's that intelligent, he managed somehow to unlock defenses. Remember when he said in the Conference League like final, he said, I was sick and tired of backwards, sideways, possession, and I decided just to do it on my own. Remember, even in the World Cup, when Cole Palmer was angry about the system and all that, but we don't talk about the system, or because it's gonna be you have an agenda against the manager or whatever. But the way we play right now, my friends, like against Sunderland, let's be honest, if you let James be a fullback popping those balls because we have a target man like Gio in the box, we can even benefit from the second ball. But we're doing the same thing, going through the middle, trying different things. It's not working. And doing the same thing over and over and over again. That is insanity, my friend. Change something, twist something, play players from their natural position. Allow them to play football. But you don't say anything because it's Maresca. He won couple of trophies and he's untouchable, because if you say that, you have an agenda and you have to blame the owners who didn't sign Haaland and Mbappe and Lamine Yamal. But we have already the Mbappe, the Yamal in the team. You know, do you think it's going to make any difference if you play this kind of football? Blame whoever you want, because now everybody's getting on Tosin and Chalobah, but even Van Dijk, you see how many games Liverpool are losing. So everybody is going to make a mistake. But the setup, the way you try to break teams, the setup is just so wrong at Chelsea Football Club that even Haaland is not going to do anything. He might do something because he's a good player, individual brilliance, but as a collective, it's nothing there. So where are those people, those geniuses on social media of calling out all the time on sporting directors and owners, only when we lose? When we win, oh, Maresca, genius, oh my good. I am so happy that I'm not a cultist. I'm not in a cult of anybody. And nobody is going to stop me from telling the truth. You know what I mean? You do something good, I praise you. You do something bad, I will call you out. And I will tell the truth. It's about telling the truth. All the time, sporting director, sporting. For what? Look at the team that we have. And look at even Brentford. Okay? Look at Brighton. Look at Crystal Palace. Look at Sunderland. No team is in our level in terms of quality. Even if our team's still young, we have quality that can win and win every single game and even win the Premier League. But all the time, sick and tired of this.
What me at the ball? What the ball? Any part two? Obia who has to attack. What me how many seconds? I did not. I'm Obia to reflect. I'm a bobo yashe. I'm a bobo is yashe. What I said to me,
well, I can't hear what he's talking about, but you can even tell how he's not happy about the way we defend it. Kind of funny. Oh, Lord. And like I said, today it's all about Tosin and Chalobah, but we forgot that we didn't create anything. We didn't have any service to Joao Pedro or Mark Guiu. We didn't have any solution. We had 70% of the ball and we were pushing, but we forgot that we also need to defend. And you're going to blame Tosin for coming on his own, or the manager who decided to put Tosin, who is not good in transition, who doesn't have the pace, who doesn't know how to tackle, who doesn't know how to block. But he's a leader in his own way, but you have to choose the games that you're going to play Tosin. And Chalobah, you can say whatever you want, but the pairing is always important. It's not about one person. It's about two people who is doing what. So if you're going to blame these players and let the manager off the hook, and then you know nothing about football, I don't think they are the problem. I think the setup was the problem. The instructions were the problem in that team and not necessarily individuals. You know what you're going to get from Tosin. Chalobah, he doesn't become all of a sudden a bad player because of few games or a red card or whatever. Consistently, in the last 3 years, every single season, Chalobah finishes as our best centre-back. You like it or not, you admit it or not, you know inside you. So just because you make one mistake or two mistakes and people start making compilation videos, because we don't like Cobham, we don't like those kids from the academy. They have to be 100% every single game. And I just don't understand the discrimination and the hate that those people are, those academy products are getting. I know that the pairing was bad, not necessarily the defense was bad or an individual was bad. Tosin, you pair him with a different kind of center-back that can help him to recover the pace. It works. But when you pair two who are not really compatible, they are not good together, you know what you're gonna get. Don't just blame the freaking player. I mean...
Hello there, Jonathan Kidd of the Chelsea Fancast. My 2-minute fan bite of the Premier League game at home versus Sunderland. So a dismal 2-1 loss. It's deja vu time, folks, with massive amounts of meaningless possession. Momentum from the glorious Liverpool win all gone. The manager making stupid substitutions. Tosin for Champachong. What was that all about? It's not going to win a game, is it? The team incapable of breaking down a well-organised 10-man defence. A problem we appear not to be able to sort out. Yes, we've seen it all before, haven't we? Very few shots on goal. Garnacho did hit a post from a decent flick on from a corner, but there were a huge number of slow, plinky-plonky, sideways and backwards passes with minimal intensity, culminating in the ball being lofted into the penalty area with a blue head, never getting on the end of it. One of the main problems was that Gui, who we've established tries his cock off, isn't really very good, is he? He just contributed nothing. And on the one occasion when he could have played Garnacho, when he played it behind him and the move just fell apart. I mean, I get it that when the opposition stick 10 men behind the ball, it is tricky, but why piss about with the ball at the back and at least attempt to increase the intensity? I'm not suggesting we become a long ball side, but when they came out to press us, hit it long. Our goal after 4 minutes was the result of a big Sanchez boot up the pitch. Neto nicked it off a Sunderland player, played a sweet pass to Garnacho, who took on the fullback for the first and only time, placed it beautifully between the goalie's legs. But of course, this well-organised, competitive Sunderland side hardly had a shot on goal, but got the two that won the game. Both were preventable and were due to sloppy defending. A set-piece long throw, which I thought was a foul throw. His heel was up, actually. We failed miserably to deal with. And once again, like versus Lincoln, we looked shell-shocked. Same versus Brentford. If it's a weakness, fucking practice it, Maresca. We knew Sunderland had this up their sleeves. And then the time added on a big punt from the goalie down the ground, held up by the centre-forward, who shouldn't have been allowed to get to it in the first place. And then no one tracking back to stop the runners, one of whom taps in. Tosin and Chalobah, for fuck's sake! And of course, you just knew that all our possession and tippy-tappy farting about would let them in. The sight of Stevo standing alone on the right wing, not being given the ball, was criminal. You don't win titles by playing like this. The thing you take away from this is that we're just not good enough, are we? And stop playing it backwards and sideways, for fuck's sake! Depressing and idiotic. I'll be back in the Chelsea Fancast on Monday at 8. And you, come on, Ukraine.
All right, people. This is just reactions from Chelsea fans on social media. Get in the comment section down below. Let's keep the conversation going. 5 games at home this season. Chelsea won 2 defeat, 1 draw. Stamford Bridge is not that magic anymore. We lost the magic. We have to go back in winning ways. And starting on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, we have to try and win this game because we need also a trophy. Regardless, we finished top 4. We got a domestic trophy or the Champions League or something. The season is going to be a good season. You know, it doesn't matter how it started. It matters how it's going to end. But we have to start doing the right thing right now.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe
If you really like the video, make sure you subscribe
and turn on your notification.
and turn on your notification.
For more videos, click here, and to